So hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to this continuation of videos about endometriosis. I still have problems with saying it. Today is Thursday. It is the 28th of September and we are 2 days after me going to the doctor's office, the specialist's office. I honestly wanted to film for you guys a little bit more, but I just couldn't. First of all, I was at work that day, and when I'm at work, I'm really trying to concentrate on just that and nothing else, or kind of nothing else in my personal life. And it was really hard, but I had a really great talk with my managers. I swear, you guys, she is the best, and all my colleagues are just so nice who already know about this. I'm sure that everyone will know about this at some point, probably really soon. But right now there are just a few people who I have told what's going on. I will tell you guys the whole story a little bit later. Right now I am on my lunch break, and when I finish with work today, I will tell you guys what happened at the doctor. But as for how I'm feeling today, I am finally, dressed up and I'm not in my PJs the whole day. I washed my hair yesterday, which makes a huge difference on my mood. I put on some makeup. I filmed some shorts today. I feel like I'm just trying to do whatever I can to not think about this whole thing, because it's just so big and scary, and if I talk about it or start to talk about it, then I go into the deepest, darkest places. And I finally got myself out of that really dark place that I've been in for the past week and a half. So I have to finish with my lunch break. I made a really yummy tteokbokki. Not just for a video, but look at that. It's my first time making tteokbokki. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But we went to this place called Panda, which is an Asian store, with my boyfriend, and I've been wanting to try this out for the longest time. So I'm just trying to find things that bring me joy, and cooking definitely brings me joy. Creating videos brings me joy. So I filmed, and also I filmed a few snacks that I bought at this place. And this is also one of them, this strawberry Korean milkshake kind of drink. But I think this is the last time that I could make, or kind of the last time, or I don't know, maybe I will make exceptions in my diet, because there are definitely a few things that I have to change in my life. As the doctor said, I'm gonna finish work. We'll open these up. I'm gonna open this up with you guys. Okay guys, it's after 5. It's so weird mentally for me to do these videos, because as I said in one of my videos, which I have already posted, I don't want my channel to be all about this, but I definitely want to speak up, and I'm not sure in what order or how I'm gonna put these videos out. But because a lot has been happening in the past week, I'm just constantly making videos, and I will see how and what order do I want to put them out. We will see. For example, I'm vlogging tomorrow, and that vlog is like, you're gonna see that way earlier than this one. So getting to the point, as I said, I'm gonna try to be as honest as possible in these videos, tell you guys my feelings, exactly what happened, because that is exactly what I am craving right now. And I've been talking constantly with this friend of mine who has already been through this, and she's telling me that she understands how terrified I am right now and how I feel, but just to let me know this will all get better. And I know that. I'm also a psychologist. I believe that I understand a lot of different aspects of this situation right now, and I am really aware of my emotions and why I'm feeling those emotions and what's gonna happen. And I know that this is a process, but I cannot be my own patient, so I still have to go to therapy, even though I feel like I understand more things about myself that sometimes I would want to. I still need that. So today I'm going to therapy,
at 7, which is really needed. Again, in these videos I'm gonna talk about all the feelings I'm feeling, all the actions I'm trying to take, and almost everything that is happening to me at these appointments. So Tuesday after work, I went to the doctor and I brought this with myself. If you watched the previous video about my endometriosis, I still have problems with saying this, which is totally normal and totally fine. I figured that I would put all my papers in a nice little binder because I'm trying to find the most positive in this whole thing. And if you know me, you know that I really like to organize things, and I figured I would put everything in here and make it pretty and organized. So this is what it looks like. I have everything in here from 2013 June, and it's also organized by time. So this gave me a little bit of mental clarity, and also it was just relaxing to do it. I had my appointment at 5 at this doctor whose name I'm gonna put in the comment section down below, or below this video. He is supposed to be, I'm saying supposed to be because I'm not 100% sure, but I was advised to go to him, and also he was the one who I saw in Hungary, who's one of the people who is the most knowledgeable and knows the most about endometriosis. It was my first time at this place. I had to wait a little bit, then I had to go into an assistant, I guess she was an assistant office. She basically asked for my IDs and obviously asked me why I'm here, and then she asked me a bunch of medical questions, which are absolutely normal. She didn't just need my previous medical history, but also my mom's, my dad's, and also my grandparents on both sides. And then she asked me to rate different kinds of bodily functions, I guess. So if you didn't know, and this is where we're gonna go into a lot of TMI, if you didn't know, there are so many different symptoms of endometriosis. That's why I was having this idea a few months back that maybe I have this disease, because I looked online and this is what I saw, and also my friends told me about these things. For example, one of them, I'm just gonna talk about my experience always, and as I always say, and it's written somewhere in this video and in the description as well, that these are my thoughts, these are my feelings, and I have to put a disclaimer in here that I am not a doctor. I am just sharing my experience, okay? And nothing that I say in this video is to be considered as medical advice. It's not. I'm not a doctor. So with my experience, period pain was always horrible for me. That's one thing, but gradually in the past 2 years, it has gotten more worse and worse with the time. Another thing is I would experience this puffiness and bloating in my stomach. Last year when I was in Croatia, for example, with my dad's side of the family, I remember that I had such a huge belly and I wasn't eating anything out of the regular, but I remember just telling my boyfriend then, that's when we started dating, and we were FaceTiming, and I was telling him that I was feeling so bad and so weird, and everything was hurting down in this area, and also that I felt like I was 3 months pregnant because my belly was just so huge. So puffiness and bloating, mainly in the week before getting my period. Other symptoms were, which I only got in the past few months, experiencing pain when I would go to the toilet, either or in both situations. Also feeling constipated during ovulation time, and last but not least, having huge pain during being intimate. These were the things that she also wrote down in that paper. Now I know that these are really common symptoms of endometriosis. After getting the paper done, I went back to wait. I had to wait 15 more minutes. When I entered the room, this doctor, the atmosphere was just undescribable. It's weird to say that it was a great experience because Rationally, it wasn't. I also experienced pain, I'll tell you guys in a second, but the professionalism of this doctor was amazing. I don't know how to say it differently, but his vibe was amazing. You could just feel that he really wanted to help, and he was also really how to say, like, humane. Like, I've had in the past doctors where they would just treat me like literally like a piece of meat and ask me all the facts and not considering my feelings. And you know, I mean, I guess a lot of women have this experience, as I've been talking with a lot of people. Yeah, so he was really nice and we went straight to the point. I really liked that as well. It was not dilly-dallying and he was telling me everything straight up. So he asked me a few questions. I answered those questions. He looked at, obviously, my chart, and then he said that okay, we need to do a ultrasound to know exactly what's going on, but these symptoms, like, you know. So I went and I changed and we did the ultrasound. If you know how an ultrasound goes, I don't want to get into that, but what I do want to get into is the fact that the ultrasound only took I think 2 minutes or 3 minutes maximum. He did what he had to do, and at one point he did something and I just felt this extreme pain down there. And you know, I was sitting up on that chair and I just had to grab onto the handle on one side, and I was like gasping because it hurt so much. And the only thing he said was that, okay, I'm not surprised that this hurts because yes, you do have endometriosis. And I knew that this was going to be the answer, but in my head I was in such a disbelief because nobody told me straight up that this is it. And he was the first one who said it, because I knew that I had the symptoms. And I knew that my last doctor who I went to before this, she also told me that I probably have it, but nobody told me yet that I do have it. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. In that moment, I was it was like an out-of-body experience. And I'm still trying to come to terms with the fact that I do have it. Part of me is still this is just a dream and it's not happening to me. And as I said previously, you think about and you know that all the horrible things that people go through with different illnesses, with different kinds of families, with different living situations, and you just never think that you're gonna be in the position of someone like that. So I was trying to concentrate as much as humanly possible from that point, but it was really hard to keep my cool. I tried to stay composed. I didn't really want to cry. I didn't feel like I had to cry at that point. I just really wanted to seem super strong. I changed and I sat back into the chair, and basically he told me that I do have it. He asked me whether or not I want to have children, and I said yes. And throughout this whole experience, this is the hardest thing that I have to come to terms with, because if you didn't know, endometriosis can cause infertility. And I always knew that I wanted to become a mom, and right now, as I am speaking, I am just so proud of myself, because a day ago, I wouldn't have been able to say this without crying. I know that it's okay to cry, but yeah, today is the first day since last Tuesday that I haven't cried yet. Anyways, so obviously I said yes, I do want to, but not right now, but in the future I do want to. So he advised, he didn't even advise, he said that he doesn't want to advise anything. He just wants me to take into consideration that if we don't do anything right now and we don't do a laparoscopy surgery, I hope I said that right, and then in 4 or 5 years or whenever I want to have children, we come back here and we sit down in front of each other, and the lesions are gonna be all over my intestines or something, then what are we gonna do? So with this, he was basically saying that he would recommend the surgery without saying that he would recommend the surgery, which Again, I kind of already knew because my last doctor told me as well. I just wanted to get a second opinion from a specialist, and the second opinion is the same as my last doctor said. So positive part of this whole thing is that it's confirmed, like I know for sure. Another positive thing is that it's operable. It's like a 1 centimeter lesion. And another positive thing is that I have all the support from my family and friends, and I feel like I have all the support from you guys as well. And that it seems like we're able to do this operation in private medical care, so in a private hospital. As of today, I have not confirmed or have not gotten in contact with them to have a day for the operation. There's a lot of things we have to figure out financially how we're gonna pull this off, because this is a lot of money. And I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about this, which I am not feeling okay to talk about in social media. But what I'm gonna say is that this is a positive thing, that it's operable, it's not as big, and I still have a possibility to have a child, or multiple maybe in the future, and that we have the means to get this operation done. So this is what happened the day before yesterday. It was really hard for me to go alone. If you saw previous videos, or if you know me, you know that I feel like I'm a pretty confident person. Like even like I feel like in the past few years I have grown so much in my confidence. Even if there's something scary that I have to do, even if I'm super scared, I'll do it anyways. And I'm really glad that I've been doing this in the past few years and I didn't run away, because now I feel like I'm a so much more confident person. But going to this appointment alone was, and coming out of it, it was just a huge win for me, like personally. So I'm actually proud of myself for that. After the appointment, I had to wait a little bit. Obviously, I had to pay for this appointment as well. I had to talk with the assistant again, and that was the point where I felt like I'm gonna lose it. She started asking me like, so how was the appointment? What's gonna happen? And when she saw my paper that my doctor said that I should get surgery, I mean the diagnosis was endometriosis, and that he's recommending laparoscopic surgery, she was writing and she was like, ah. So I felt like she felt sorry for me, and it was just nice. And that feeling and seeing her empathy, it just made me want to be a bit more vulnerable and not be that confident and strong in that moment. So I felt like I was gonna tear up. I was not doing okay at that point. I didn't cry though, and I tried to be strong still, but I couldn't really at that point. So I basically asked her to please write down everything on my paper, because she was starting to tell me all the financial parts of the surgery and also the logistical parts of the surgery. And I just asked her like, please, can you write it down, because I just like I have trouble with concentrating right now, and this is something that I've been having in the past week and a half. I just like I cannot concentrate on things, which is making my work really hard, and university as well. So that was it about the appointment. Day before yesterday and yesterday I was not doing okay. I started ovulating yesterday, which means that I have really bad pain again. I have constipation again. Usually where I'm just gonna show you guys, usually where I get the pain is right here and here, so in the sides, and it's like a shooting pain. Like I have it right now right here. So it's kind of like having period pain, but not really, because yeah, for me it feels a bit different. And it's a whole other thing knowing that there is something inside you that shouldn't be there and it's causing you pain. Like mentally, it's just something that I've never experienced before. So I'm really glad for therapy today. We have the afternoon light shining it all on my basil in the kitchen. I'm keep trying to remember what I want to say in these videos because it's just so hard to try to figure out how to be as vulnerable as possible, give out as many information as possible, even though I know that nobody asked me to do this. Nobody asked me to share this on my social media and be open about it, but I don't know, I wouldn't be able to do social media without opening up about this. And as I said, anything that I can do to put out my experience out there and help somebody else, I will try to do, because let me tell you, the past 2 days since I came home from the doctor. First of all, after the doctor's appointment, I was completely alone, as I said. When I came out from the doctor's, I completely broke down. I called my boyfriend. I just cannot say it enough how supportive he is. He tried to take me out of the, I wouldn't say like the negative mindset, but like my brain tends to go to the worst of the worst. I have anxiety, so this situation is triggering just a lot of things. So he tried to list all the positive things for me. Then I called my mom. I went into the mall while I was doing this because I didn't want to come home because my boyfriend was working till 11 at night, and at this point it was around 6 or 6:30 in the evening, so I just didn't want to be alone at home with my thoughts. So I went into the mall and I called my mom. Obviously we had a hard conversation. I wanted to call my dad. I texted him. I couldn't call him because he was flying home from somewhere, and I also texted my brother, and I was just trying to reach out to people because I really felt like I needed some support, and it was really hard nobody being there. And it's nobody's fault, don't get me wrong, everyone had their things to do, and Budapest is a big city, so I wouldn't just ask my mom to come. And also, on the other hand, I'm an adult, I know. I don't know, I'm just overthinking things. And that's what's it. So because of that, I wanted to reward myself with something. And I told this to my mom because I was at this place which is called Half Price. I've been seeing this place with my best friend from high school, Cody. We went to this place a few weeks ago and I saw a really great handbag, like an everyday handbag that I could use for work and for school as well, but it wasn't there. So anyways, I wanted to reward myself with something, even though I know that like it's not the best to reward yourself with shopping. It doesn't really create the best connections in your brain. But I did it anyway because I just needed something nice, so that's how I'm justifying it. And when I ended the call with my mom, it was just kind of nice but also scary to be with my emotions and my thoughts. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys what I bought, sorry. I bought these Vans shoes. In one of the videos I have already talked about me wanting to get like a high-rise Vans shoes, and at half price, as it says, everything is almost like half price, not exactly, but like everything is discounted, and they have a lot of designer stuff. Vans is not designer, but it's Vans, you know. They are clean, so I can put them in here. This is what they look like. They're super comfy, and they have this mandala drawing, I guess, on it, the classic Vans stripe platform. I tried it on. It's really comfortable, and it's basically me in a shoe, because mandalas for me are like really spiritual, and we also learned a lot about mandalas in connections with I think it was Jung in university. So yeah, totally represents me. So this is what I got. And after that, I still didn't want to go home. I still didn't want to be alone, and my phone was dying, so I went into Starbucks and I got a matcha, and also to charge my phone. And to end this video, I wanted to open this package up with you guys together, because there are a few things which my doctor said. He said about what kind of actions I need to take even if we do this surgery, which I have already decided that I am gonna have it, but I feel like my brain is just making the most effort
to not think about it because I am absolutely petrified. Like, I'm saying it and I know that I'm going to have it, but I think until I get the date or until I am in the hospital, I'm just not gonna comprehend it, and my brain is going to do everything in its power to not think about it because I'm so scared. It is what it is. So he said that there are a few things that I have to do even if we do this surgery, and he's saying that the biggest difficulty for people suffering from endometriosis is not necessarily the surgery, but the lifestyle change that they have to make. So I'm gonna tell you what he told me specifically. He told me that I have to quit smoking. Obviously, nicotine is not good. Anything that causes inflammation in my body, even after surgery, because basically this thing can grow back. That's what I've learned. And anything that causes inflammation in the body is just not gonna be helpful in it not growing back. It's not helpful for anyone. Like, nicotine is not helpful for anybody, but hope you understand what I'm saying. So, which is crazy because I did talk about this VIP thing in a few videos before. They have the option, like the nicotine-free option, and I just put in an order 3 days ago, which just arrived today, this morning. And I ordered 10 of these little pods, and only 2 of them is nicotine-free. I would have wanted to quit smoking or quit my nicotine addiction anyways. This is just accelerating the process. So that's one thing. I asked about alcohol because that's also one area that usually people need to leave behind. He said that I can drink wine. I asked which kind. He said any kind, so that's great. I have to quit or eat as less as possible from red meat, carbohydrates, and or sugar, which is basically the same thing. We had a little bit of a laugh because I was like, okay, this is just not gonna be that hard for me because I don't really crave sugary things. I don't really like cakes or, I don't know, sweets, chocolate. I mean, I eat it sometimes, like once in a month or something like that. And I don't eat red meat. I only eat fish, salmon, mostly. That's really great for people with endometriosis, chicken and turkey. And he was like, no red meat, not even a steak at a restaurant. I was like, no. It's like, huh. Good for you, then maybe it's not gonna be that hard for you. He was so cool. He also asked me how much I work out. I said that in the past few weeks I've been working out every single day except for when I'm on my period or before my period, because the pain is just so intense that I cannot go to the gym for like a week and a half, which is, just let me talk about this, which is like a complete disaster because all these places, all these gyms have these gym memberships for a month, and I had this problem before that I buy the gym membership for a month, but because of this thing, which now I know is endometriosis, I physically cannot go to the gym for a week and a half, so I'm basically paying for a whole month, but I can only go physically for like 3 weeks or 2 weeks and a half. Anyways, different situation. And he said that that's great and then keep it up. So basically I have to quit these things and I need to work out as much as possible. I wanted to go yesterday and today as well, but again, I am happy that I can walk today. It's just like a limbo. And because of the dietary things, that's why I ordered this thing. As I was talking with my friend, I got this ordered from my protein. Oh, nice. My friend who I told you guys about, she is sharing all the knowledge that she has, and she said that it's a great idea to start the day off with a green juice. And one of the most important things, I cannot drink coffee anymore. Like, I wasn't even drinking that much of coffee because it felt weird in my body, and like, of course it felt weird in my body. So it's just so weird that I've been doing these things for the past few months. Like, my body was telling me what to do for the past few months. I mean, I listened, but I also didn't really listen. So I've been drinking less and less coffee, and maybe that's why I was more interested in matcha and turmeric latte, which I did drink at the office, for example. There are so many more things that I could talk about, like what kind of food and drinks and new habits I'm trying to implement, but I don't want to make this video super long. My friend was telling me that she always tries to start her day with a green smoothie or something like that, and protein is also really good for us. And I've been seeing these clear vegan proteins at my proteins page. I decided that I want to try out 2 of these. One of them is the clear vegan protein in pineapple and grapefruit. Also, one thing that I'm doing right now, every single time I'm trying to see what I want to eat or I'm buying processed anything, is how much carbohydrates it has, and from that how much is sugars. Anyways, and the other one is apple and elderflower. Basically, when you put in an order for more than 10,000 forints from the My Vegan part of the website, then you get a shaker. I already have this one, but maybe I can give it to Dan or give it to someone. And this is the main event for today, the green superfood blend. Oh, and this one is peach and mango flavored. My friend was telling me, because I told her, okay, I already put in an order for this because I'm trying to be as healthy as possible, as soon as possible, and I need this pain to go away. And she said, which one did you order? Because the unflavored one is just horrible. So I told her that I got the peach and mango, and she said, that is great. Okay, it literally looks just like a green powder. And one thing about this change for me is that I feel like I've always tried to look for a healthy option. Like, this is not a radical change in my diet for me. I don't like red meat. As I told you, I don't really drink coffee. Like, haven't been drinking coffee that much. By the way, I did try drinking coffee 2 days ago. I took 3 sips and I felt absolutely horrible. Usually I do feel really bad, like it doesn't feel good in my stomach, but I think an additional psychological part is now in there, that I know that I cannot drink it because it makes my pain a lot worse. Psychology is just amazing. Let's try this baby out. Scoop 1, scoop 2. It looks so good for the price. We're gonna see if it's worth it. I'm also debating whether or not to put some ice cubes in here. I love how it looks like. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is not that bad. I had worse. Like, so much worse. This is absolutely doable. I would say, like, it definitely feels at the end like if it was sand in your mouth. I think it could do some ice, but it definitely tastes not green. I don't know how to say it. That is it for today's video, you guys. I hope that I gave you some clarity and some more information as we are progressing. So yes, turns out I do have endometriosis. It's like a 1 centimeter lesion inside me, and right now we're looking into options in how and when I can get the surgery. As I said, right now I feel okay, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just realizing in the past week, whenever someone asks me like, how are you doing with all this? I always say, I don't know, because like I am feeling all the emotions at once. And when I have like a happy moment and I'm smiling, I almost feel like I shouldn't be smiling, or like I feel guilty. I don't know. I just don't want you to disinterpret me smiling and me being, you know, light and fun and whatnot as being completely okay with this, because I am not. I'm not. I feel like today I'm over it. I'm over the crying. I'm over the being in my PJs and, you know, crying every hour. So this could change tomorrow. This could absolutely change tomorrow. But this is where I'm at right now. These are all the updates. This is my new green juice. I guess I'm gonna see you guys really soon. New updates on endo. I am vlogging tomorrow though. I have a huge weekend this weekend. I think you might have already seen that video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna put a bunch of links in the description down below. So many things that I have been through in the past few days, I would say, and websites and organizations which help to women with endometriosis. If you guys are just interested, even if you're not affected, please take a look if you can, so we can raise more awareness around this disease. I love you guys. See you really soon. Bye.